The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 247 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is a Standard Edition Notorious Gambling Frog playing cards from StockHolm17. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So here we have the Standard Notorious Gambling Frog playing cards in the green colorway. It is also in a matte finish tuck box. The tuck box is like a off-white kind of cream color-based tuck box. On the front here, it says Notorious Gambling Frog. Then obviously you got the big frog there right on the front with a two of spades. Then here you got a little S17 for Stockholm 17. And you got a little bit of Roman numerals there. And in each corner you got the suits all in each corner there in that green colorway. And at the bottom it says poker playing cards. And you got a few other little details here and there. And then the tuck box is embossed or debossed, so you can feel like the textures of the tuck box. It might be a little bit hard to see, but you can might be able to lightly see it. But then on the side you got a little leaf pattern. Then it says poker size, also embossed. Other side has the same pattern with playing cards there in the middle. A little bit of embossing once again. On the bottom, you got a little bit of Roman numerals and MM, and then the Roman numerals on the other side. And then for the information, it says Notorious Gambling Frog, Standard Edition, by StockHolm17, playing cards. And then you got the website, StockHolm17.com, and these are made in China. And on the back, you got a sneak peek of that back design, also embossed. For the seal, you kind of got a white and orange style little square seal with two little bumps at either end, top and bottom. And you got the two M's in the top corners, and then you got little Roman numerals in the bottom corners, and the big Roman numerals right in the middle. And then in that little white oval, it says Stockholm is 17 there in the orange font. And on the top, you just got more of that kind of leaf pattern there, a little bit more embossing. And on the inner tuck flap, you got a picture of a dragonfly, with the dragonfly there. Also embossed, so a lot of embossing on these cards. And then if you, on the inner tuck flaps, you got the little frog, and you got another dragonfly. And one of my favorite details on the cards, one of my favorite details, if you take the cards out of the box, as you can see, the inside of the tuck box looks nothing like the outside of the tuck box there. It is like bright, like a neon almost orange. So like the brightest orange you can get is on the inside. So it's nice, elegant, and not like super bright colors here on the outside of the tuck box. Then you open it up, and bam, you got those bright orange colorway, which is unique. It's one solid color, but it's still like you see like a bright orange, like you didn't expect it. Well, now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design. We have a mirrored back design with the standard white border. Well, it's not like a full like flat border, but there's still a white border going around. And for the design, you got a dragonfly kind of back design there. So you got the mirrored dragonflies there on either side. Then you kind of got a little light there on the inside. There, and then you got some like leaf kind of like pattern. So it's like a green and yellow kind of colorway. And a little bit of other details in it. It's a mirrored back design, so you flip it over. It's the same design in both directions. Now for the cards you get with the deck, and in this deck, it's a little bit different. Instead of the two normal jokers you usually get, you actually get three jokers in this deck. So the first one here, they all say the Joker on the top in the green font. And the first one has the frog there in the little suit, and he's fanning some cards. And the second one, they're pretty much all the same frog. They're all in different poses. And this one has the two of spades there. Pretty much the staple of the deck. It's right on the front of the tuck box, this design. Then you got a third joker there. He's in a different pose once again, holding the 2 of diamonds. And then for the last card, you get, since they are called Stockholm 17, you got a random 17 of spades. And the back is on the back. You got a 17 of spades there for that extra gap card. And for the custom ace of spades, you got a nice like kind of cream kind of color, like cream color, a cream color and a green and cream colored ace of spades there, the big spade there in the middle, with that dragonfly and Notorious Gambling Frog. And it says Stockholm 17 playing cards. Those Roman numerals again. Then you kind of got a bunch of like, I think a cursive writing behind it there. Because I can definitely not read what that says. There's some kind of words behind there. And then if you notice, you don't have the like the number and like the pip in just 2 corners. You have it in all 4 corners, and that style goes throughout the rest of the deck there. It's having pips in all 4 corners there. And you've got the custom pips there for the spades, and they're in that green colorway. And if you notice, they have a slight kind of like tannish brown, kind of like middle part, the middle of the deck. The cards are kind of like it might be hard to see on camera, but it's like a little bit of beigeish brown. And that goes throughout the rest of the spades there. And the spades are in that green colorway. Then you get to the court cards. You got those custom court cards there with the browns, with the tan, the orange, and the green kind of colorway. And they're different style court cards. And now I don't know. I know there's different styles of the court cards, but I'm not sure. I'll say they're custom court cards here. Then you get the diamonds. You got that same kind of little brownish, tannish, beige background there. That's hard to see. It's easier to see in person, but you can kind of see it there. Anyways, you got that big diamond there with a little brown kind of little border around, little pinstripe border. And then the more of like a square kind of diamond there, so you got the custom diamond pips. And once again, you got those custom court cards here with the solid kind of like tan background and those orange, green, and like tan colors. Once again, those custom court cards with all those colors. And then the clubs are also the green colorway. And you got the slightly custom club design. Once again, you got the big club there with a little kind of brown, light brown kind of little border around. And all the cards still have that, all 4 of the pips in each corner. And then we get to the hearts. They got the custom court cards too, with those same colors. And then the hearts are just that red color. The red, I guess more like a reddish orange. Then you got the Ace of Hearts with that little border around it. Well, now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And since these are made in China, they will have a different stock and finish to it. And you can kind of see how it's like, you can kind of like in the light, you can kind of see like the weave pattern to it, a little pattern to it, and how it's a little bit more shinier than your normal like United States playing card company like Air Cushion Finish. It's a little bit more shiny. So first we'll start with the springs. Well, they definitely have a nice flex to it. They're definitely not stiff in any way. It's not like the softest kind of like bend and spring to it. It's just below medium, because you can almost overbend them, but like not too much. But they're still pretty nice and smooth. Not bad springs. Now on to the fan. As you can see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers. There's no real stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. Overall, pretty consistent fans. Now on to the Pharaoh. Well, they interlocked away pretty flawlessly, but they did catch a little bit when they were trying to interlock. So now on to the giant fan of the back design. Now, for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh was not as smooth. They definitely kind of catched on each other. And I did have to slightly push them together. But they weave together pretty nice, not like flawlessly, because there's a few little gaps there. Now time for a giant fan of the faces. Now time for the riffle shuffles, or bridge shuffle. Well, there seems to be nothing wrong with the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffles. They handle just fine. No issues there. They might be a tad bit softer of a, because the cards aren't like the thickest cards. There's not like too much stiffness to them. So they're a little bit softer, but not too bad. They work pretty much every time. Now on to the packet cuts. Well, they seem to pack it pretty nice, they're not like super slippery cards, and they stay packaged together real nice. So pretty nice packet cuts. Now time for the one-handed cut, or surely a cut. And you can definitely tell that the cards are like a different stock and finish when handling them. Now on to the dribble. And you can definitely tell that it's like a different stock and finish, just the way they feel. You can definitely feel the difference compared to like United States Playing Company, or even like Legend or Mundi. Like you can definitely tell. Because these were made in China, but I'm not sure what manufacturer made them. That's all the talk box said was China. I had to do more research about that. But for being made in China, they're not too bad so far. The dribbles are decent dribbles, nothing like overly crazy. They're still pretty smooth though. Now time for the spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, like I say, a pretty fantastic deck so far. Well, I guess, yeah. So you got that back design. It's not a bad looking back design there. You got that like dragonfly kind of design there, with those greens and yellow colorways there. It's kind of like an outdoors kind of like themed back design a little bit. The more swamp style, I guess, because it's the frog themed deck. And then you got the quick cards here, like the faces of the cards, I guess. You got those custom quick cards there. They're like somewhat standard, like stylish. They're more of a stylized versions, I guess, and custom version. And then the unique thing about these cards, they have little suits and numbers in all four corners, which most decks don't do. And then you got that green and kind of like orangish red kind of colorway for for all the cards there. So overall, not a bad design there. I like the design, and I especially like that tuck box. It's a great looking tuck box. And then for the handling, they're made in China somewheres. So when I first got the cards, I was a little confused in that they were made in China. It a little confused me. But then I took them out and started handling them, and they actually exceeded my expectations after that. They still handle fantastic though. You definitely have to get used to the feel and finish of it. Because if you're used to like the United States Playcard Company, like the bicycle finish, then these are definitely different feel to them. But you still get used to them. They're still pretty decently smooth. They still work pretty much like normal cards. They just feel different. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 247 of a daily deck review. This has been the standard edition Notorious Gambling Frog playing cards from StockHolm17. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.